All right, welcome to another episode of the MMA Fight Game Podcast. If you don't know, you're gonna know because there is a massive 205-pound light heavyweight title fight May 31st in Rochester, New York. You have the promotional light heavyweight championship, but something that I've never seen Joe Wall and ISKA do is they're also putting up the Northeast Regional Light Heavyweight Championship, which is a very big deal for these up and coming fighters. Colin Robinson is also the reigning and defending Cage Titans 205-pound champion. He is currently number one ranked in the Tapology Northeast rankings, boasting a 9-4 record, 2 KO TKOs, 2 submissions, three decisions. I may be missing a couple. He's out of Team Link Muay Thai, who is fantastic and great to work with. And then his coach, Ibere Hayes, is his head coach. Colin, massive fight this upcoming weekend. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. First off, I just want to say thank you for giving me the chance to come on today and speak about this upcoming fight. Can't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity to obviously promote the fight, but be able to, help promote myself and be able to spread my story out to, people wanting to know more about me. So first off, thank you for that. But I'm doing good, man. Obviously Sunday of fight week, the diet starts cranking in and everything starts getting a little bit more dialed and yeah, the closer and closer we get, we're getting closer, man. So it's exciting times.
Yeah, when I put this bout together with you and Jesse, a lot of guys had messaged me and they said they know you from running in these same circles. We talked offline about John Piersma, Kevin Carrier, Combat FC, and everybody had nothing but good and positive things to say about you. So first and foremost, there's that. What are going into this bout? This is as big a bout in North America in the amateur 205-pound light heavyweight division as you can get. What are your expectations and what was your thinking when I brought this to you?
Yeah, first thing was, we were just, it was another day of training, and obviously I got a cool message about an awesome upcoming fight. And, when I get these type of messages, it's excitement because, these are the moments we want. These are the moments we live for, the fighter's life and to be able to have a worthy opponent and a guy like Jesse to be able to want to throw down and share the cage with me, that gets you jacked up. And, and then at the same time, then when you look at his resume, who he's fought and, his records and his accomplishments, it gets you even more jacked up for this opportunity. And then obviously to be able to go fight in New York in his hometown and to be able to fight for a new promotion, it gets you ready and fired up. So it was an awesome opportunity, and we couldn't resist and say no. So we were able to get it all figured out and work out the dates. And so yeah, and then we agreed, and yeah, man.
Yeah, like the UFC president Dana White says, everything is about timing. Not often do you get a champion versus champion bout and then they also battle out for that promotion's title as well as an IKA title, which is very prestigious. What does it mean fighting for like the ISKA Northeast Regional Light Heavyweight Championship mean to you?
Great opportunity, an absolute great opportunity to be able to fight and represent, obviously this promotion. And it just shows, the trust and value they see in not only myself, but Jesse to be able to one, put on a show for the fans, but shows the value of this high quality of a fight that, hey, we are worthy of this and we are worthy of being able to not fight for one, but two belts. And, I just think it's a great opportunity and just shows an immense trust from the promotion to be able to put on a show for the fans.
Yeah. So what is your background? Because obviously in the Northeast is known for the lighter weights, the 135ers, the 145ers, maybe as high as 170, but 205 high level 205 athletes are rarefied air. First and foremost, why do you think that is in the Northeast? And then give me a little background on you yourself. Like, did you play sports in high school? What did you growing up, etc.?
Yeah, it definitely is I would say more of a shallow weight class as far as our weight class. And even, 185, when I used to fight at 185 pounds, it was tough. It was slim pickings, obviously, on opponents like that. And then obviously, once we made the move up to 205, it actually kind of got even more slim pickings, especially for the Northeast. So, we had to go and find fights elsewhere. But I'm not really sure why we have such low numbers in the Northeast for 205ers. Sometimes it is just a just a freak a freak thing of just like of trusters luck and being able to have luck. And sometimes you got guys in your division, other times you don't. So it's tough, but it's something you just got to adjust with and be able to figure out. And obviously, when you have game guys like Jesse, you're able to make up for lost time as far as opponents. And when you get high quality fights like this, it makes up for, rather than just having 1 to 2 fights, maybe against a guy that's at 1-0, 2-0, whereas you can find guys that have good records like Jesse. So as much as it might be a downfall, it's a little bit of an advantage as well for us, because you have to fight the top guys, and that's what you ultimately want. You want the hard fights, you want the top guys. So I think it's an advantage for the 205ers, in my opinion. And then going off of your second question, obviously my main gym is Team Link Worcester Muay Thai. So, obviously a Muay Thai background, and my secondary gym is Team Link Ludlow in Ludlow, Massachusetts. So that's my jiu-jitsu gym. And then going off of like what I did for sports and everything like that, I was a high school football player. I kind of did everything as a kid. I ended up going to play college football at Western New England and then Worcester State as well. So, I've kind of played a lot of ball, and then I just decided, that there was something I needed to do after just football, and so I needed to find my niche. And I was very focused on fighting even before that. So it just happened to work out that I did a free trial at Team Link Worcester, and
Okay.
the rest is history.
Yeah, no, it's great. And going into this coming Saturday, May 31st in Rochester, what are your expectations going into this fight?
Just to live in the moment, man. To live in the moment, enjoy the moment, and have fun. You don't get too many of these opportunities. The one, to be able to fight for not only one but two belts, to be a main event, to go in someone's hometown. It's just to live in the moment and enjoy this. Because just sometimes you take things for granted. And early on in my career, I would definitely say I was taking the moments for granted. And it obviously, the older you get, you start understanding a little bit more, and you start realizing things. So obviously, it's a little bit of a maturity thing that I've been able to realize that, hey, live in the moment, enjoy this, because you don't get too many opportunities like this. So it's just going to New York, going to Rochester, having a good time and enjoying it, but at the same time knowing we're there for business.
Yeah, and with a successful win, what would be, not looking past Jesse, not looking past Saturday night, in a perfect situation, what would be next after Saturday night, if there is anything?
Oh man, obviously, Cage Titans, I hold the honor of being able to, hey, when you win a belt, you got to defend the belt. It's too many times guys win belts and it's, right off into the sunset, not even focusing on defending it. I think a true champion always defends their belts. When I won the Aries light heavyweight title down in
Yep.
Tennessee, I gave them my word that, hey, if we can find the right fight, I would love to defend this belt for you guys, because they gave me the opportunity. And so full contact's giving me the opportunity to be able to fight for these belts. So, in the ideal world, it's being able to fight another great challenge, and being able to, help build my career in the right way. So obviously we'll see what comes our way.
Yeah, and Cage Titans is doing it the right way. A lot of local guys from here, Jake Bone, Jake Hicksonbaugh, Jonathan Piersma, who's headlining a card June 13th up in Wilmington, Massachusetts for Joe Cavallero, Rick Caldwell's Combat FC. Legendary promotion, doing things the right way. Definitely enjoy the product that they put out. So that is good. Before we wrap this up, is there anybody or any sponsors you want to thank or shout out or anything like that?
Obviously, right, if anyone does want to hop on the team and sponsor, feel free to reach out to me, send me a direct message, give me a call. If anyone has my number, just reach out. I would love to be able to support you and obviously be able to work something out. But the biggest shout out goes up to my family and friends and my team. Team Link Ludlow, Team Link Worcester Muay Thai, to all my teammates, to everyone. Without without them, without that support system, I wouldn't be here, man. And and if I was here, I wouldn't be doing it the right way. And so to be able to go into this battle, going into this fight on the 31st, with them behind me, that means the world. And it's not just 1-7 in the cage, it's all of us and all the hard work. So can't thank everyone enough for being a part of my journey. And obviously the people that always doubted me and always had something to say, can't thank you enough as well, because as much as you got to have the love, you got to have the hate and the doubters too, to be able to keep you going. So I appreciate everyone for all of it.
Yeah, and if they want to reach out to your big C 508 on Instagram, so they can DM you your gym, Team Link Muay Thai. The people running that social media are very active, very responsive, so they can also reach out. And I think last time I talked to them, you're rolling pretty deep on the 31st out. You're bringing a crew, right?
Yep, we got some crew from Ludlow coming. We got some
Love
crew
it.
from Worcester coming. I got my mom coming from Cape Cod. So no, we got a good crew coming. And yeah, huge shout out to Isabella. She's the one that runs our Team Link Muay Thai page. She does a fantastic. She's all, not many people go and see that, but she's the one behind the scenes taking the pictures, dealing with sweat hitting her in the face. And so huge shout out to her being able to do that, and always being able to help us, be able to expand our video content, our social media. So huge shout out to Isabella.
Yeah, and anybody, obviously, if you follow my social media, anybody named Isabella is near and dear to my heart. We have another Isabella that we work with who's coming up through the ranks. So anybody Isabella is a-okay in my book. But Colin, on a Sunday, on a holiday weekend, I truly appreciate you taking the time. I can't stress this enough. This is as big of an amateur light heavyweight title fight you can get in North America. There is nothing bigger. So if you are a fan of watching the big boys throw down, this is the fight May 31st in Rochester to check out. All right. So I appreciate the time. Just sit tight. Okay.